A Look at Veterans is underwritten by the generous support of Berkshire Bank, America's most exciting bank.
What's your X? What makes you compete? What makes your blood pump? What makes you take risks? What makes you move faster, work harder? What makes you smarter? What makes you love? What's your passion? What excites you? So what's your X? Find your X. Life is exciting. Let us help.
A Look at Veterans is underwritten by the generous support of the factory outlets of Lake George. Over 50 great stores in one central location. Exit 20 off the Northway.
Everyone needs an outlet. The factory outlets of Lake George. One great location. Huge factory savings from designer brands like Eddie Bauer, Gap, LL Bean, Brooks Brothers, Under Armour, Carter's, and many more. Visit factoryoutletsoflakegeorge.com for special offers and a VIP coupon book. Located just off Exit 20 on the Adirondack Northway. The factory outlets of Lake George. Everyone needs an outlet.
A Look at Veterans is underwritten by the generous support of Victory Funding. We deliver the best service with the highest level of expertise in the industry, and we are a local, veteran-owned business. Let us help you achieve your real estate goals. A Look at Veterans is underwritten by the generous support of the following companies and individuals: Airbest Reliability Instruments and Vibrolaser Instruments Corporation are masters of machine health. CEFQ, changing lives every day. And Jim's Glass Service. Thanks for the break. Full Moon Bar and Grill. The best place on earth is the moon. Or Apollo's Wine and Liquor, the liquor store with spirited and sparkling personality. And Bob's Trees, family owned and operated since 1942.
Welcome back, everyone. Yeah, she's acting up again. We're going to have to be careful with this one, I'm telling you right now. I have to get serious for a second because this series we're doing, A Look at Veterans, is proving to be so rewarding on so many fronts. I'm getting stopped in the street and people are saying, oh, it's a wonderful series you put together. And also today, it just happens to be very topical, because the VA, the Veterans Administration, is front and center in the news, and also today, HUD is front and center in the news. And it just so happens that our guest today works between those two organizations in a very beneficial way on a local level to help our veterans. And I want to introduce Carrie Blanchard. Welcome, Carrie. Very nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
I have to read your title: Residential Housing Program Specialist for the VA, but the department within the VA called the Veterans Health Administration. And I have to welcome back my co-host, Cheryl Hage-Perez from Vet Help.
I knew
you knew I was going to do it.
Help.
Okay. The official name is Veterans Community
and Community
Housing Coalition.
Very good, Jesse. You graduated.
It only took 5 weeks.
It only took a year.
A year. Welcome back, Cheryl.
Thank you, Jesse. I want to just point out that Carrie is with the Stratton VA, based out of Albany.
Oh, got it. Okay, I said local, and that's what I mean.
Correct.
Carrie, let's jump right in. Tell me about what you do in this division of the VA on a local level.
Okay. I work for the Healthcare for Homeless Veterans program, and it has different parts. I specifically work for the contract housing program, which is a short-term housing program where veterans can go and stay. There's different agencies where they can go to for up to 90 days, and I tell the veterans that we can refer them, get them in there, have a roof over their head, food in their belly, and then we can start working on their goals.
Boy, it's so wonderful. You just think about the support system. There's a theme that, Cheryl, you and I have talked about almost every week, that someone who does serve our country, part of the reason, part of the makeup of this person is that it's not about me. It's about who's to the left of me, who's to the right of me. They come first, I come last. And sometimes when that happens, you run into situations where don't feel they deserve the help. As crazy as that sounds.
Or they don't trust.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's something that Carrie deals with all the time. But from where I sit, she's been able to break down their wall, their defense wall, and over time, if it's not immediate, get them to trust her enough to reach out for help.
Right.
And that's been our experience with working with the VA. And it's been a blessing to many of our veterans.
Well, this is really a two-way street.
Correct.
You may spot a veteran and help, or talk to a family of a veteran who's asking for your help, or you might. But when it comes to homelessness, and it comes to what you said before, which let's get you fed, let's get a roof over your head, and then we can start to deal with the issues that probably caused this. That comes from either direction, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
How many vets would you see on a weekly basis?
Personally, I go to agencies in Albany, Boston Spa, Troy, and Schenectady. So, and then I see people that are not in the programs yet.
Yes, right.
So it could be anywhere from maybe 15 to 25 a week.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
It is.
Now, what's the makeup?
It's all different. We have veterans that are in their early 20s, and we have some that are close to 90.
90?
We have male, female, families, two-parent, one-parent. It's very. It could be anybody, any veterans.
Now, housing being so important, right? If you're trying to stabilize a situation, an individual, male or female, or a family, you got to get them stable. So how does that work?
Carrie will give a referral to our agency for either the male house or the female house. And we believe and work that the housing is the stability point.
Yes, I totally agree.
Without that housing, as Carrie said, food in the belly.
Right.
Then we go from there. And we will develop a service plan that identifies the reason for the homeless situation and any other health care needs that the veteran may have, or mental health needs, or assistance with job searching. And we work off that service plan while they're there to help them get ready to transition to permanent, successful living.
You know, you hear so frequently, and like I opened, it's such a bureaucracy, the VA, second largest in the country, and that on a local level, it's so important to understand how to work through that bureaucracy so that the benefits actually flow through. And since housing, again, being so central to the essence of creating stability, there are things that interface with HUD, right? In terms of vouchers, is the way I understand it.
Correct. There's a HUD Vash program, which is a large part of our program, actually.
I bet.
And we have our health care for homeless veteran has a team. So I do the contract housing, there's grant per diem, there's employment, there's peer support, and there's several HUD Vash social workers who work specifically with veterans on trying to help them get into an apartment utilizing Section 8 through the different housing authorities.
You know what's important about this, of course, you probably are reading between the lines here, is that if a veteran is going from a homeless situation, or a veteran's family is going from a homeless situation into a stable situation, part of that is employment, and they may not be able to, from the get-go, from the salary that the person's making, be able to support themselves or their family, and that's where these vouchers come in.
And we also see many veterans who, due to their disability, a lot of it from the time in the service, can't work.
Yes,
so
right.
we help them get Social Security disability or a service-connected disability. And when the VASH voucher enters in, it helps them get safe, decent, secure, affordable housing.
Well, I don't know what could be more important.
And part of my team that does HUD Vash, while they're housed, they will continue to provide case management services.
Very important point.
Get them connected with an unlimited, really, number of things, but it could be primary care, it could be mental health, it could be substance abuse, it could be employment, it could be education. It could be, whether it be VA or non-VA, we work with a lot of non-VA services as well. Takes a community.
You know what? Again, there's a theme that runs through all of this. You know, making people aware of the situations that our veterans face, and then also making people aware of the support systems that are out there. It really is about a safety net. Now, I knew that this was going to be an involved conversation. We have got about halfway through my list. So we're inviting Carrie back next week to come back and talk about veterans issues and health care for veterans as it pertains to women. And I really look forward to having that conversation. Thank you for taking the time today to come in. And great to see you, Cheryl, as always.
Good to be here.
And boy, I don't know about you, but it is so rewarding to talk about this.
It's an inspiring series, and I think that we're doing our mission, not only to make veterans and their families aware, but creating public awareness of the fact that there are homeless veterans.
Great. All right, so we'll see you next week, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.